you need to check out the live Sixth World podcast episode that we're going to be doing on Friday night, June 16th at around 10 p.m.-ish is probably when you should get there. When we get finished setting up is when we'll start, and we're kind of at the mercy of Catalyst Game Labs, whose room we're using. So it'll be between 10:30. Show up at 10. It'll be in the Catalyst Shadowrun game room, as I just said, which is the Hyatt Union A, or at least that's what my itinerary says. Either way, it's going to be in that room where all the Shadowrun missions are being run. So, not a fan of the Sixth World podcast? Well, first of all, you should be. It's a great podcast we do about Shadowrun, but regardless, the reason you should be going is that my co-host Cassie, aka Wata, here on the podcast, will be there. I will be there, and our guests for that evening are going to be Cliff Wright, who plays Elric, and Damian Zidlow, who plays Payday. So we're going to have a big chunk of our cast live there at that show. So we'll also be making an announcement there that impacts this show as well. It's going to be pretty exciting, so you might not want to miss that. Anyways, that's Friday night, June 16th, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, Shadowrun Game Room at Origins 2017. Be there. Last episode, I did say that we were going to be able to stream it live on Twitch. We probably actually won't be able to do that, but it will end up on the podcast feed, the Sixth World Podcast RSS feed, as a regular downloadable episode, or on the Sixth World Podcast YouTube channel, because we will be recording the cool video that we're going to be doing there, and you'll be able to see some video of us doing it live. So check it out. But anyway, on with the show. You're listening to the Complex Action Actual Play Podcast. Things have gone a little crazy, but doesn't it always? The security's been alerted. Eion is somehow self-aware, able to act on her own, and frantically looking for a device to latch onto. Don't forget, Elric is, of course, looking for things to burn, melt, or explode. And somehow, though, through all of that, despite it, Wata's getting a little bored, and she's decided to, well, quite literally, make some heads roll. Now, please enjoy episode 43, Heads Are Gonna Roll.
Alright, Throwback is going to, Wata went, like, past the threshold, essentially, started down the hallway, finally, right?
Yeah, I mean, you guys might have been like, what is going on? She ran into the hail of bullets, is now on the other end of the hall, yeah. And there's no more suppressive fire.
The bullets abruptly stopped. I'm like, okay, that's progress, and I'm gonna follow, heading through the door. I only have a movement speed of, that's weird, I have a movement speed of 9 meters, walking, and then I'm going to take a look. Is the door at the end of this hallway open or closed?
Well, it's open now.
No, like the far door?
Yeah, it's open.
Okay, awesome. Cool. Then I don't want to do anything. I'm gonna just spend more of my actions preparing cybertech stuff.
Where did you go? Walking or running speed?
I just went walking speed.
So you're about halfway down the.
Yeah, actually, I'll go ahead and do a. I don't have it. I'm gonna try a sprinting check. I'm gonna go full speed and just spend my entire turn trying to move.
Sounds good.
And I really go my full speed. I didn't get any hits on my nice sprinting check.
Then,
so I end up making it 12 meters.
All right, you're a little over halfway down.
And that's my whole turn.
Okay, next up is Payday. Payday, you've seen the vehicle. It went off the side of the building, and it's now gone behind the building, as I explained, on the west side. There's no activity outside going on right now.
All right, Payday is actually going to jump back to his body at this point. Is there still bullets coming down the hallway, or was that the only guy firing
the
them?
hallway's clear of bullets for now.
All right, Payday is staying behind one of his trusty Pelican cases and rolling with that as he moves forward after these guys. And while he's doing so, says to them, "All right, for those not paying attention, I've lost sight of the vehicle that I was suppressing, that I was keeping down on the west side. The front looks clear right now. The east, it looks clear-ish. We got to get to the van. I can get us out of here."
All right, that's all you got.
And I'm moving up case.
Leroy, you were shooting at the window when suddenly Wata told you, "Leroy, come on, let's go." And then she did what she did.
So, excuse me. Yeah, I think I'll just kind of like drop the assault rifle onto its sling, and then come up behind, throw back again, and be like, shift it in neutral, and just give him a push.
Nice. I'll say that you guys can, because Leroy's pretty fast. I'll say that you can get to the end of you can catch up to Wata with throwback.
I have agility 10, so
Yeah, I know you pushed throwback to the van that last time you guys were at Blue Data.
it's oddly familiar.
All right, Dover doesn't see any more targets, so nothing going on there. Well, guess what? At the end of the hall, there wasn't just the one guy there, and it wasn't just another person. So Wata's at the end, first one that came through. She's getting, she's gonna get attacked by a dog.
Bobby, I'm willing to decapitate a person. Don't make me kill a dog.
Dog, never mind.
Yeah, wait. No.
Visible, but you
I
smell.
have last year's perfume on. You can't smell this.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he does.
Oh, damn. His fashion sense too good.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, so just roll reaction plus intuition.
5 hits.
Well, the dog snarls and bares its teeth, and it's this big, beefy kind of it's almost like a big houndy bulldog. Like, it's really big, beefy dog you've seen coming in, and it kind of makes a leap to bite and misses.
Awesome.
They had dogs here last time.
I will just do an "Aw, don't make me puppy. Aren't you the most adorable thing?" as it's like snarling, trying to bite me.
There's more than one dog. There are 2 dogs. So give me another reaction plus intuition -1.
Perfect. Yeah, and I forgot my reach last time, so I'll add that this time.
Does that affect me?
No, it affects me. It's a negative to their defense, and usually a bonus to mine if I have better reach. So, but 3 hits on more dice this time. I should have stuck with lower. Always lower numbers. I do better.
Yeah, you have. Let's see, you need to resist soak 11 physical. The dog jumps on you.
Oh no.
Badass dog.
Industrial uniforms don't have that much armor. I get 4 hits.
You didn't wear armor underneath it.
I got my forearm guards, but I figured it'd be awkward to wear a ballistics mask, pretend to be a cleaner. I swear, sir, I'm just here to mop the floors. There's no way I could fit my yellow suit underneath this gear.
You needed to throw it in the buckets with Elric and I.
Oh no, you're gonna die, aren't you?
No! Look,
He just gets that portrait made and gets
Don't you
killed
have
by a
edge or
dog.
something?
I'm not edging a soak roll on an industrious uniform. Maybe my defense next time. We'll see how lethal the dog is.
I don't know, it seems pretty lethal.
So I guess you're taking. What did I say you were soaking? 11.
Oh, that's right. I totally don't know. 11? Oh, okay. Yeah, that
Like
sucks.
7 physical. Ow.
There's no AP system, unless I missed that part.
No, there is
you
no
have
AP.
11 points of armor.
Oh, no, actually, no. I have 10, so yeah, it's physical.
These are mean dog.
That's fair. Rude dog.
Mine are more mean.
It is Rover's turn. You can now see a dog.
Oh, yes, it does. Don't Google, does the dog die? Complex action.
The dog totally dies.
All right.
All right, so the dog is down. You'll have to use your first aid skill to make an assessment.
I don't care that much.
I'll wheel my case right past that dog.
In my back.
Now the other guard that was out there at the end of the hallway is going to fire at Wata.
Hey, Wata, do you ever happen to activate that whole combat sense thing I gave you at the beginning of the run? Within
nope.
the last few minutes? Okay.
But I will full defense if I may.
You may.
That I'll add. But 1 hit doesn't seem beneficial to my life. 5 is better.
You'll be happy you spent that edge because doing 5, the guy kind of sits back, levels his gun, and
Hey, sorry, quick question. Sorry to interrupt, but improved invisibility, 4 hits, force 5.
oh, I keep forgetting about improved ability.
Could certainly do a blind fire attack. That's like -6 dice.
It's only a negative 4, I think, if you have smart link.
Maybe
Right. Actually,
Depends
if
on
I'd
what
have
he's
remembered that, there was something totally different that he was going to do.
if he's got other sensors or something else. I don't know what he's got, but I just in case.
I have a feeling I would rather him shoot at you than the other thing he's going to do.
Yeah, me too.
No, what he's going to do is he's going to back up. He takes cover behind a pot and he throws a grenade.
Yeah, that's
what
what I
we
figured he
thought.
was going to. But conveniently, running away from a grenade, cheaper than full defense. So I'll do that instead.
This is why I was moving up with the case.
So yeah, I will do the run for my life, which I think is a -5.
Yeah. Which way are you running?
Well, if he's in front of me down a hallway, I'm going to take a sharp right to hopefully behind a wall somewhere and far out of the way.
Yeah. There's a direction that you can go. It'll bring you a little bit closer to the front door, actually. And he went to the left a little bit, to the left of the hallway entrance.
Okay, I'm having trouble picturing in my mind. I mean, if I can run towards him and get like a spot out of the way, I would do that. If he looks like he's alone, I don't see anybody else in the hole. Otherwise, I'll just take whatever convenient place will get me out of grenade.
There's sort of like a pillar that could bring you a couple meters closer that you can get behind.
All right, I'll do that.
Am I in the range of this grenade exploding or just Wata?
Let's see. Yeah, that grenade landed pretty close to the entrance of the hallway.
Okay, because there's a thing that I would want to do then.
Sure.
I want to do something too, depending on what pass it's on.
Well,
Did we
next
decide if...
it's Todd's turn. I don't know if I skipped you or not. So
So the thing I wanted to do is an interrupt action. Is this the first pass or is it the second pass? Because that's important.
this is definitely the second pass.
Okay, then I'm GTFOing, and if you will allow me to push throwback to GTFO, I will do that as well.
Sure.
So you mean you're going down the hallway towards the bullets and grenades, or somewhere else?
He's already at the end of the hallway where Wata was, next to the grenade.
Nice. I've been distracted casting spells and stuff.
We are running.
Yeah, Payday's the only one with you at the other end of the hallway anymore.
Yeah, I've been leaning against a wall the last couple.
To be fair, we are invisible when we're running away, so you were like, guys?
Is
yeah.
Payday within range of this grenade?
No.
Just trying to visualize where.
Yeah, did
It's
we
so-
leave you unconscious back in that other room?
So
It's a 20-meter long
Elric-
hallway connecting the buildings.
So
Yeah.
Elric and Payday are at the elevator end of the hallway where the research R&D, where everybody always was the whole time. The rest of the group, Wata, Throwback, and Leroy, and I think Eion too is headed that direction because it almost doesn't
Anywhere
matter.
Leroy goes, I'm going right now.
Yeah, they all went to the other end of the hall, towards the front of the building.
Yeah, Payday's back in his body right now, Cassie.
Gotcha.
So you said this was the second pass. Which what initiative number did this grenade fall on?
16.
Oh.
So yeah, we just started the second.
Okay, so they're starting the second pass.
Correct.
Okay, cool. I mean, not carry.
But it is Elric's turn.
All right, Elric, having slept on a stim patch, still not feeling its effects coming in, but seeing Payday starting to walk out to where he might get shot, I'm going to concentrate carefully and cast a... Oh, frack. I'm Elric. I'm going to reckless cast an Imprudent Viz on him and then on me.
Oh my god. Don't worry about Payday. Payday's like a cockroach.
Payday is my favorite.
That's quotable, dude.
All right, 3 hits to invis Payday on 6 dice, and 2 hits to invis me on 5 dice. I'm now sustaining 5 spell or invisibility. Sorry, Throwback. Your wheelchair is just going to have to be visible.
All right, Rover can see the next. There's another dog. He's gonna shoot at it.
Oh, absolutely.
Elric now suffering a total of 5, 7, 8. Minus 8 dice in everything he does
Wow.
with combined drain sustaining. And that's with Psyche cutting those sustaining.
Yeah, that could have been less than -10 there.
Yeah, plus minus 13 dice. It's like
5 hits from Rover.
All right, the other dog is down.
Good news, Wata. When the grenade goes off, I'll take care of that dog for you.
That would be nice. That dog bit hard.
Dog's dead. Dover got it.
All right, the next person to go will be Eion.
So in order to get a mark on whatever is governing that grenade, the grenade itself or the person who threw it, or their decker, or...
You'll need to get a mark on the grenade itself.
Awesome.
honestly, there's no way out.
No?
I mean, if you got a crazy data spike off on it,
That's what I was about to
And
say.
just
Data
break
stick that bitch.
I have a plan.
but I don't think you could effectively data spike it from my comlink though, because of
No.
the
I'd thought the grenade would go off at the end of turn, but apparently that's not true.
It depends. If
Well,
it's
that's
a
where I was going
wireless,
with it.
Then
I have 2 actions before the end of the turn. Mark, and then maybe a shut it
You-
down.
Well, it's not going on impact, so
Does your data spike use his device or does it use your own attack?
I could emulate it, but I don't have attack on his link, no.
just like any other type of character, her attributes are determined by she uses. The other except just
So I'm of
God for world.
I'm of the opinion that it's going to take 2 rounds, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Can't do much either way. So I will attempt to get a mark on it. The idea that next turn I'll try to spoof something to prevent explosion.
So you don't have attacker rating, but you still have a sleaze rating?
I don't have a sleaze rating or an attack rating. I have a data processing. So I would have to emulate sleaze to get a mark.
Yeah, you don't have a sleaze rating.
So
the suggestion of the target lock because it was a data processing action.
right, and edit file is data processing, which is great, but marked. So
I have an
Ask him
idea.
nicely.
May work.
Fortunately, pretty well this year.
Those AI problems.
hashtag.
So what's the verdict? What are we doing?
In order to place a mark on, or rather to do anything interesting, I need to place a mark on things which would require a sleaze act, which would require emulation, which means I should pick my battles and find something appropriate for that. So
Go for it. Live dangerously.
all All right, so I don't believe I've been doing anything illegal up to this point, so I'm going to emulate a sleaze of 6, which is going to give me a -3 dice pool modifier.
Sleeves of 6.
Well, if you're going to emulate something, you might as well just emulate attack and data spike it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
but
it's more
I think
efficient
we
that way.
didn't
So let's
use them-
emulate
Do you have a cyber combat skill? 'Cause I think we might have ignored that.
barely.
Then yeah, then hacking my data spikes will usually solve problems in combat quickly. Therefore, that.
I'd only be rolling 5 dice on this spike, so let's try emulating sleaze attribute of 6. Then next round, if it's still there, no, I take it back. I'm not going to do it on the grenade. I'm going to do it on the next closest visual whether that is a sensor from a camera or a cyber eye feed from Matt.
There are cyber eyes, yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know what it would take to get a feed they're sharing. I mean, imagine there aren't 4 pairs of eyes or 3 pairs of eyes actively looking at us at this moment, or are there? Otherwise, if it's a feed, I would rather, you know what I'm saying?
Sounds like you want to snoop.
What are you trying to eventually? What's the end goal here?
I would like to edit a file with the intent of basically removing us from their visual feed. I can't imagine that there's 3 or 4 guys actively with eyes on us at the moment because that door's not very wide open, plus there's stuff in the way. If there's a feed that they're all drawing from, change that. Otherwise, if there isn't one, I'd like to start affecting cyber eyes and closest to furthest away.
There are cameras in the building, but they're probably not using the cameras. Another thing to consider is that everyone's invisible, so it's hard to say and see what really.
So I guess Eion has hemmed and hawed enough, and that has probably taken up action, to be fair.
Good little cyber combat, as in his teamwork assist for throwback.
Let's do that. So to do that, I would need to emulate the attack stat.
Probably just need to roll skill if Bobby will let you, and then he'll add that as a dice pool bonus to his ability.
But yeah, you'll just be emulating.
Well, I have a cyber combat skill.
Oh, right. I gotcha. Yeah, roll that.
Okay, cool. So that would be 4 hits then to help with cyber combat if throwback ends that next turn. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good. So you just kind of did combat fuel version for throwback done
More or
last
less.
round.
Yeah. Ends up as the same bonus, so basically.
The fire spirit will likely attack the person that is behind. There are 2 people out there right now hiding, and the closest one, the other person, didn't throw the nade, so probably
the fire spirit materialized back in the other building, so it can move 20 feet, so easily could ground their section. It's going to zip up there. Whoever just most recent attacked Wata, I think, is going to be the person that's going to...
Dead dog.
Well, there was a guy who shot at you there.
Yeah,
there was a grenade guy who threw.
Yeah, that guy.
But yes.
So he's got to roll his willpower logic versus...
All right, done. We're dealing with Wata now, who's just hidden behind a pillar to avoid a grenade blast.
Is that guy still in front of me who threw the grenade?
He's he's there.
Can I get to him? I gotta get in melee combat with him.
What's your movement?
My movement is only 24 meters, which I think it took me 20 something to get to the first guy. So it's up to you if I can make it to him or not after that.
Probably getting behind the pillar would have expended that. You can maybe make a meter to start heading towards the guy if you'd like to do that.
No, I'll spend my, probably for better or worse, I'll spend my complex action doing a running action to actually get to him.
Okay.
Be able to do anything, but I'll be standing in front of him furiously with a whip. So that would give me another 6 meters.
All right, yeah, you can get to him.
I will be in melee combat and debuff him for anyone else's attack.
Which would be Todd is up. You are being pushed kind of towards the door by Leroy.
Yeah, I have a problem going wherever he goes. I'm going to go ahead and follow up on Eon's suggestion, which is strange because I didn't tell her to do that, but it's a good idea. So definitely cyber combat, the grenade to try to short the countdown timer or whatever the heck will shut it off.
Hell, she's not even on your device anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
Didn't I turn that off?
That's kind of weird, but I'm gonna focus on the cyber combat, and I can keep those hits. I can get 8 hits.
So out of curiosity, I gotta ask Bobby, if he bricks it, does it not blow up? Like a gun doesn't fire? Or if he bricks it, does it blow up immediately?
We're gonna find out if I brick it. Doesn't change the action.
Yep,
That's fair.
It's been bricked. You'll find out if it explodes in just a moment or two.
It's a
But
nice
it's
spaghetti
Damien's
hit.
turn, who is most of his team has headed down the hallway into the line of fire and subsequently ended that fire, so now the hallway is clear.
So, question: would I be able to? I'd like Rover and Dover on follow. That's all I need then right now with me. Would I be able to? I don't know what they're doing with the grenade right now. So, would I be able to make it to the grenade and stuff it in my case?
That would be tough because you're gonna have to pick up the case and carry it down there. I mean,
well, it has wheels, but I mean, I don't know how far I am away from it. So,
what's your movement?
Good question. You see,
I did run 20-something meters to get to that location.
Payday wants to be a hero today. Let's see.
Just dive on it; it'll be fine.
It's a nice sentiment, but you have short little legs.
Yeah, it's a great sentiment, and it'll be even better if I throw a grenade in there and it never goes off. Land movement is Hero Lab says it's 8, 60 plus 1. I don't know. Oh, running would be 16, I guess.
Yeah,
with my stumpy little legs.
So you would get most of the way down the hall, but you wouldn't make it down the.
Well, then frag that. Then I'm taking cover.
Perfect.
Okay.
Right behind my case.
Leroy, you continuing to push someone out the front door?
Yeah, because I took the interrupt action to get out of the way of the grenade, I don't actually have a second pass.
I was going to go ahead and let you have the second pass because it seems like I confused some passing stuff, and I was going to go ahead and use that action to do that. So well, you do have an action.
In that case, I will continue moving and like one hand pushing the thing, other hand pulling the cephalette back out to shoot the mans that I can see.
There is one guy cowering behind a flower pot.
Oh Jesus! 9 hits, which is I think 7.
He's dead.
He that's actually full of narcojet.
Oh well, he is full of narcojet.
He's very sleepy.
All right, Elric's turn.
This is a third pass.
Correct.
I'm gonna go ahead and take 3 breaths as if counting and kind of prepping myself for something stressful, and then go running down the hallway as fast as I can, which is way faster than I'm used to running, considering I have an alchemical preparation upping my agility now. So I cover 18 meters distance down the hallway for expedited movement, and I'm probably kind of bumping into things.
Yeah. So you make it just past. Well, no, you don't, because Payday decided to take cover. You make it to within a couple of meters of the grenade.
Okay. Yeah. I kind of stare blankly at the grenade. Finish my.
Whoops.
I guess I'll spend a simple action to just say, also kind of glancing over and seeing the Sarah head nearby. I'm gonna spend my third service then to spend simple action to tell my spirit, slay all who oppose us. Astral targets have priority.
All right.
Maximum lethality.
Well, it's the guard's turn, and wouldn't you know it was a wireless grenade, and it goes off. But
if it were wireless, wouldn't it spike?
Oh, you're right. It doesn't go off at all. Darn.
If it were timed.
Yeah, you're right.
Then
all grenades are wireless. Just the wireless ones get a bonus.
Way to go, Eion and throwback.
What I meant to say was I knew in my head there was I had tucked away this reminder, remember it's a wireless grenade, but I remembered what it was. The reason was because then it doesn't go off.
Explodes, doesn't go off.
Basically the same thing.
But that's the guard's action anyway. He's trying to figure out why he can't get it to go.
He's about to find out why he can go to sleep.
There were 2 guards. There was one behind a wireless. They were each behind a flower pot. You got the other one.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'm about to roll initiative. Payday. You said you wanted me to tell you before I did.
I'm all good now.
Oh, my stim patch kicks in, and I'm suddenly awake. A lot more awake than I was before.
Roll initiative.
Other guy takes 15 stun from narcojet.
Yeah, this guy. Out of character. It was your mole. Yeah, resist.
I mean, this way it works out better for him.
Because I think someone would have probably killed him.
I mean, he's lucky it was me and not somebody else who might mono whip the shit out of him.
No, I would have noticed. I would have yelled at him. Been very intimidating.
Now it looks like he didn't have anything to do with it because he got shot too.
That's fair. Good call.
How convenient.
I mean, I shot him because he was a man to shoot, but this freaks out.
That seeds context for later.
Elric's turn. Grenade hasn't gone off yet.
All right, good. And I'm feeling much more alert. So, and I've got more movement as well. I'm going to go running out past through the doorway. I guess for now, kind of try to catch up to where the team is. Probably run into the next room and see everyone there. Are there any combatants I can see?
Unless you were to observe in detail, you probably don't notice the guy behind the flower pot. So you don't see anybody. The only guy that's left out there is kind of taking cover, trying to get a grenade to go off.
Yeah, I guess out here I will observe in detail.
Okay, I won't make you roll for it. You will be able to see there's one guy crouched behind a flower pot. Wata is standing next to him. She's got an invisibility spell on her, but she's standing next to him with her whip ready to go. And at that, it is what's going on with well, never mind. It's Eon's turn.
So there were just the 2 down the hallway and the dogs. Back in the last room, you had said that the lights flickered, and that was our indication that something was strange. Now that we've come into the room, Are there obvious klaxon going, lights flashing, alarms kind of thing?
I mean, there's guys shooting us. I feel like that means the alarm's up.
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the lights are on and they weren't off for. They're not flashing or anything, but all the lights are on.
And we're being shot at, like I said. So,
Oh, this is an appropriate time to say this. I forgot to mention. Well, actually, I forgot to do this, and I saved this person's action, so I'll use it. The sprinkler system just went off. You're all getting wet.
No.
That fire was
Hey,
like
and
3 seconds ago.
If I can say too, I was thinking a bit. I still have a simple action left. I'm going to reckless cast a force for improved invisibility spell, Throwback's chair, 2 hits.
nice.
So all anyone really sees about all of this is just this case rolling down the hallway.
There's a very good chance the object resistance of Throwback's chair will overcome 2 hits. But I take no drain.
And you're gonna make me look up object resistance table.
It's, yeah.
Do 9 and call
I
it
forget
good.
what page.
Right.
It's probably even less than 9. If does it
Yeah.
have any electronic things on it?
So just go with 9. We've been 3 hours and we've made it 20 meters down the hallway. Just roll 9 dice.
It's an
We've
invisible
made it
wheelchair.
from a 4th floor sub basement and 20 meters.
How many hits
there's
did you
Okay,
one
that's fair.
And
We
It's
rode an
probably-
elevator and then made it 20 meters.
It's probably no more than, but it could be any number, but I think in 6, yes.
I did just roll 6 dice and got 4 hit.
Okay, it doesn't. But I take no drain, so.
All right.
And I've only used about 4 meters of my movement, I think, to kind of move in the room. I'm standing in the open, have 2 hits on a force 4 improved visibility. A lot of confidence in.
And next is the fire spirit, who now is going to have -4 to all of his action.
Fire Spirit is?
Yeah, because there's water being sprayed all over.
Oh, yeah, about that at all.
He also
He's,
has
very-
1 damage every combat. I'll keep that track. I'll keep reminding.
Well, he might try to turn some of that water into steam by using up some fuel. I think he's been given all clear to murder, so there's a person to murder in there.
Yes, there's 1 person left inside this building.
All right, it's going to try to engulf him. It's 5 hits on a melee test.
He's got him. He's down.
Okay, he burns him to death. Elric feel bad about that later.
Okay, so right now this is clear. Elric, the spirit just went. Got that. All right. Payday is AFK. Wata.
Alright, perfect. The guy in front of me is dead, so I don't see any other more combatants. I'm gonna keep heading toward the door cautiously. Even do a sneaking check. 1 hit on a sneaking check. I'm not sneaking anywhere. But I am headed toward the door.
All right, you can make it most of the way to the door. You're about caught up with Leroy and Throwback, who are near the door. Having said that, Leroy,
I
it's your
thought
turn.
Wata was at the tip of this.
Well, she
I
stayed
believe I
back to
overtook.
take care of that last guard while Leroy was getting Throwback out of the building.
Misunderstood.
I'm still in the get out, but I'm not going to go through any doors to.
Well, you can get to the door to the front of the building.
All right, I will get there and wait for my team to get with me.
All right, Payday, you're up.
You're up.
Payday.
Oh, perfect.
Oh yeah, and you noticed that as you're starting to take stock, and you've got your Dobermans who put in cases and everything. The last combatant inside the building has been taken care of. Notice from fly spies that there's several people outside the building that have taken up defensive positions with cover of the front of the building.
Oh, at the front now. So
Yep.
where the doors that we're coming through.
The doors that you're headed towards, correct?
Okay, I am going to remote control then. Remote control my remote control long shot then.
All right, so you're remote controlling it. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, not jump. Can I? Obviously, I could more than likely see the bunch of them with long shot as well. Then.
You can see 1 or 2 of them. They're all covered. They're taking up positions where they would have cover from the direction that they were initially shot at.
Okay.
But you can make out, maybe 2 of them.
All right. As a simple action, I will loop that feed to everybody, and loop the same feed from long shot as well, because I will open fire with just a single shot. Simple action to one of the guys that I can see.
Okay. Cover gives him a defensive bonus, or you attack.
That's all up to you, because long shot is quite airborne and a distance away. So
Normally cover is defense.
Okay.
that'll be 3 hits.
All right. You managed to miss.
Ah.
Next up would be Elric.
All right, I guess I'm going to be running up. How many meters am I from?
Maybe like 25 to 30.
Okay, so I cover about distance. Running is up movement to turn. I am going to, I guess I'll just spend some time observing cameras to apprise the situation to get, hey, look out! There's a whole bunch of guys ready to shoot us when we walk out the front doors. I've got an idea, but it's going to require some timing.
Eon's turn.
I guess I'm going to assist Elric with like matrix perception to basically fill in any gaps of his, careful, this is the situation sort of announcement.
Gotcha. Fire Spirit is satisfied with the situation indoors. I guess next would be Wata. Wata, you're making your way to the front of the door with Leroy and Throwback, correct?
Yeah, that's my only intention right now. Try to stem some of the bleeding that I'm doing.
Right. Leroy, you're waiting. So you're stemming bleeding. Are you like forming first aid or something?
Oh God, no! I don't have that much logic. I'm just holding in
You're
the
just
wound where I'm
applying
bleeding.
pressure.
the dog bite.
All right, Leroy, you're waiting. You're waiting on Elric. Basic. Throwback, are you just hanging out?
Yeah.
Rick's the man with the plan right now.
Payday.
Payday. If I'm going again, I'm gonna remote control fire at that guy again. Damn it, hits.
All right, you managed to miss again. At this point, that person takes full cover.
Good call.
Hopefully, we will be sleeping. Elric is up again.
Passes this now. Sorry.
It looks like this is the
Third
second.
pass?
I think it's the second pass. I'm getting annoyed by my own lack of ability to. Anyway, I think it's the second
It
pass.
should be third.
Third pass.
3,
Okay.
sir.
All right. Well, Frank. Third pass. Payday is still way back there.
I've been moving up or I would have moved up that time with a simple action
Okay.
Okay. We're still. Never mind.
He's making his way. Much slower than the rest of you, but he's making his way.
because I'm shooting at people.
What about your drones, your Doberman?
Those are on follow, so
Got it. And you've got the cases with you.
one case, not
Oh,
the
okay.
second case.
Yeah, I guess. Greg, I really hate to do this. I'm gonna use my fourth service out of 5, I believe. I'm going to order my fire spirit to dematerialize and then materialize amongst the people outside and just kill as many of them as you can.
Okay, you've sent
If you
that
get
order.
down to like 2 or 3 boxes of damage, like if you get to nearly dead, feel free to abort and return to your meta plane.
Got it. We've got Eion is the only one left for this pass or this turn.
At loss a moment.
Hell, break a gun or try.
I'm not even sure I can.
Have a sleazer attack right now?
No.
Probably shouldn't.
Hey, I know this question was asked when I was in control of Eon, but hell, can you drive?
No.
Because there's a van there that doesn't have a rigger, control, so I can't move.
So would that be
but we need it.
could I spoof a command to the van to have it basically
Autopilot?
drive according to grid guide, since I don't have a pilot skill?
Sure.
So like I can spoof it to drive, but as far as like directing it and following commands and stuff, that would be grid guide's job.
Sure, but I would say that grid guide's not necessarily going to
As long-
automatically make it go to the front of the building.
True. Yeah, I don't have a pilot skill, so I don't know.
Besides observing and sharing information, I can't think of the situation. Anyone else have any ideas?
So there were 3 to 4 guys in front, as far as I can see.
There were more than 3 or 4.
Oh, wow, okay.
I should probably say I've probably just ordered my spirit to its death. I hope not, but it's going to go after those guys out front.
Sorry, most of my ideas right now involve.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have it, Gordon.
Sorry, got nothing.
All right. Well, if we're gonna roll initiative, then I'll do.
Yeah, we were just gonna have to barrel through this. I mean, you can start to spike weapon, wanted to, but this is the kind of moment that a decker gets bored.
Yeah, maybe if I had an attack attribute, but
Sorry.
no, it's okay. It's just
And obviously the spider isn't here, or we'd be dealing with other opposition. Deal with him, but
All right. It's Elric's turn.
All right, so I guess I'm going to be running like hell. I can cover the rest of the distance to the doors, probably
Yep.
beyond, but I don't want to go running just yet. I'm going to kind of running out towards the front to where I can see kind of what's happening out there. And I'd observed in detail before looking through sensors. I've got a good idea of where positioned. Like how are the people out front disposed?
Did you say you observed in detail?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I spent like a good chunk of my last actions while I was running, looking through what Payday was able to show with his bird's eye.
So they're just set up behind. They're not all together. They're in groups of. They're in groups of 3. There's 6 of them all together. They're in 2 groups, each groups of 3. They're in. They're covering the front door, separated and hiding behind vehicles and pillars and stuff.
All right, how close together the 2 groups of each other?
Oh goodness. Probably maybe like 40 meters, maybe more.
All right.
Yeah.
How close together are any of the 3 people within one group?
Probably like 4 or 5 meters, maybe at most.
All right, then I'm gonna hold up my 1 force. We'll just make it a force 8 flame wall at one of the 2 groups. The one that's closest to our van at this particular moment. That other one at random.
Force 8.
Yep. So it's gonna be 8. In this case, I'm gonna do a dome. So 8-meter radius dome of fire should burst around them, provided I don't botch this spellcasting.
And you are sustaining 5 invisibility.
That is correct.
All right. Just reminding you.
Yeah, this might be important, so I think I'm going to the edge this. Good news is I rolled 7 hits. Bad news is my magic is 6.
Yeah.
That's good. That means you won't be knocked unconscious.
I suppose, but I did have a stim patch just kicking, so I got a fresh condition bolt. So I'm looking at, well, I didn't wreck this beast. I just did force, so not too bad. Okay, yeah, Elric throws out that, you guys hear me?
Yes.
Sometimes I accidentally hit the function button to talk. I was paranoid that.
I didn't hear you because I did something stupid. But I don't need to hear you if it wasn't, if it was just a bunch of,
There's
It was epic and it was flavorful.
dome of flame around them, and Elric just took 5 boxes of physical drain.
well,
He had his flames shooting out of his mouth for a minute, his eyes lit up, his skin blackened, and he knelt down and coughed actual smoke for a moment.
Dude, you could have just said nothing happened. He said to hear you.
I'm kidding. And then I point out that, of course, Elric is a drama queen whenever he takes physical damage.
all right.
But that hurt a lot.
All right, well,
I'm sustaining 6 spells. Damn.
the fire spirit is going to attack one of the guys inside that dome.
No, actually, the fire spirit is going to tear this.
Oh, first. You're right. Okay.
Since it's going to be materializing, again, we'll just initiative the same if you don't.
That's fine.
So it won't actually after rematerialize in seconds.
Eon, you can go if you're going to do anything. Otherwise, I'll just...
Go ahead.
All right, Wata, you're up. There's a big dome of fire around a bunch of people. You're standing at the door waiting to bust.
There's still another group of 3 not.
Correct. The dome of fire is off, so out the door and to the right, there's a big dome of fire. It's encasing some people and a car and stuff.
How far is it to our car?
It's you guys parked right out front, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was the intention.
Yeah. So it's probably about 20 meters or so, 25 meters. Another 20 meters.
Perfect. Hopefully it won't take 3 hours. I'm gonna run straight there and hide behind it. Take full cover. I'm just gonna run there and take full cover behind it.
Don't get it shot up.
Didn't we borrow this van?
Yes.
Yeah.
From a very classy lady.
All right, you're there. Next is Leroy.
Well, doors open. I'm gonna start pushing, and I'll take another single shot at the dude who's not being burned.
Yeah, there's 3 of them who are behind cover.
I thought they were then also engulfed in flames.
There were 2 groups of 3. I was able to cut off one of them. They're 2 spread out.
All right, so I'll just pick one of those guys at random.
Okay, make your
Unless
shot.
there's something that's distinctive about one of them.
No, not in particular.
Looks like 7 hits.
And what's your modified damage or what's your base damage value?
4 with armor plus 3.
All right, doesn't do a lot, but you hit him.
I'll do a lot in a little bit.
That was a narcoject round.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't there rules about whether or not it can penetrate armor? How does that work?
Capsule round, sir. This is contact poison.
Okay.
Yeah, they kind of circumvent those.
Okay, making sure.
Unless he's wearing full body armor with a chem seal or something like that.
Yeah, if he has chemical protection on his armor, that's still but by getting a switch.
No chem seal.
Chem seal would, of course,
No chemical
impervious to
protection
them.
at all. Todd, you're being pushed while Throwback launches narcoject capsules to his left. There's a big dome of fire to the right. Wata just ran past you straight ahead of you to take cover behind your van.
Yeah, I will try and fork data spike a couple of the guns if I can see the icons for them out here.
You can.
That gets 6 hits for that.
You just choosing randomly?
If I can, yes, randomly is fine. I wouldn't have had time to figure out who's who.
Okay. You won't believe it, but you missed.
Were there any net hits on their side?
1 net hit, yeah.
Okay, we'll take a little bit of matrix damage.
I feel bad. It was one of the first things that you've been doing in a while, but I promised myself I was not going to go easy on you.
That's good stuff.
I've had a lot of fun this session.
Payday, speaking of, it's your turn with your short dwarf legs.
All right, so I will continue moving up with with one action, and I will try to get that elusive bugger that's been dodging out of the way of my shots.
He's now covered in a dome of fire.
Ooh, I don't like him anymore. Is there somebody else I might be able to see?
You can, there's another group of 3 people. One of them is visible.
Beautiful. It's his unlucky day.
You know, he's covered like the other ones were, but yeah, you can attack.
That's a little better.
And you missed.
That's it. I'm using Edge next time.
Would you believe me if I told you I haven't used any yet?
I would.
Elric's turn. Well, no, it's not Elric's turn. It's this guy's turn who's going to fire at Leroy.
For his improved invisibility.
If only it mattered. Tell you later.
What? Is Elric actually going to get shot for the first time?
Yeah, Leroy's getting.
Do I have to make a thing?
You have to make a defense roll -2 for burst fire.
3.
All right, boy.
Do you need another thing?
I'm thinking for a second. Hold on. Sorry. Sorry. You got 3, you said?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you have it's 12 physical.
No AP?
AP minus 5.
Sorry, did you say 10 or 12?
12.
I take 2.
All right, then take it.
Moderately inconvenienced.
And the next guy is doing the same thing at Leroy as well.
Same burst fire?
Yes, exactly. So give -2, -3 because attack.
3 hits?
All right, this guy wings you. You're okay with that one. Throwback. Never. It's Elric's turn.
All right, Elric's going to go ahead and drop all the invisibility spells. Got it. Sustained. So that's 5. Everyone was invisible is now visible. So let's see. Got maybe a few meters movement left. I'm going to go running out towards the van, and then I'm going to extend my wand towards the other group of whatever they are that are going to flame a dome, and I'm going to fix that. This time I'm only casting it at 4/6.
Hey, you dropped the other spells, so that helped.
Similar pool.
Wait, you just dropped the invisibility when we finally got in front of all the enemies?
Yeah.
I'm guessing he noticed that they aimed and fired at you guys.
Okay, yeah, that 3 hits, so there's a 6-meter radius dome of fire around the other of the 2 groups of guards. And I'm just going to say, we're not invisible anymore. Or actually, I'm probably saying it over voice
feel like-
now. We're not invisible anymore.
I feel like we would have known that.
I know, Fragger, I can see everybody all of a sudden.
All right, none of these guys are going to be foolish enough to jump through a wall of fire. So as long as those are going to be sustained, then I'm going to say that you guys were, kind of out of combat right now.
I'm just planning on getting Vanny Frag out of here, but I don't know what the rest of
Yeah,
I will drop firewalls if you want me to.
I am making my way very hastily towards the van driver's seat, and Rover and Dover are jumping in the back of that van again.
You can.
Yeah, as we're driving, Elric sort of looking over in AR at a VR with his trodes at Eion flooding nearby. So what do you think about my version of a firewall? Oh, sorry.
That was goddamn terrible, Elric.
I don't feel so good.
I think your firewall is far less damaging than mine. Or more, pretend she said.
You guys can speed out. Give me a pilot groundcraft test, whoever is driving.
You got it. That would be payday.
With Elric's distracted nature summoning, with holding up those spells and physical damage, right? Let slip or something. I guess it's one thing we have to thank the Azzies for.
What, stuffer shacks? I mean, yeah, I love stuffer shacks.
Love
Did you
stuffer
guys get
shacks.
sutures for this? That dog bit really hard.
Shit. I'm going to go ahead and edge that.
It's like the one thing we bring you along for.
No,
All
that'd
right,
be great.
that's
Far enough away for me to drop the fire domes. Oh, Direct, I should probably tell the spirit to stop killing people. Go home now. Thank you.
It really was no big deal. I was just making you do a pilot test because you're gonna have to drive through the arm that blocks the exit.
Trust me, sir. If I'm going to be making a pilot test, I'm going to make it good.
You're gonna make sure you get those 8 hits, right?
That's right.
All right, so you expertly go through it. It shatters as you drive through it, and
I keep
As
claiming that I'm the best pilot in this entire region, so I better prove it.
As somebody who lives in an apartment complex with those little gatey arms, they are broken constantly.
yeah, that's it. But you guys make it out. Hey everyone, thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed it. This show would not be possible without the generous support of our patrons over at Patreon. So if you like what we do here and you want to help keep it going, then consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/complexaction. Our patrons get access to awesome thank you rewards like GM notes that I try to drop every month. I put them together to show you some of the thoughts and some character sheets and stuff like that of behind the scenes, what's going on in the show. Also, some patrons get a chance to be selected to join us as a guest on the cast party episodes that we do. Now that's patreon.com/complexaction if you want to help out and find out more. There were several NPCs and organizations which were provided by patrons of Complex Action early on in the development of the show. In this episode, that was Cypress Security Services, the guards in Blue Data. They were provided by Cassie Levitt. Thanks for supporting us. The character art on our YouTube page and other various social media places was done by Ethan Brewerton. Check out his awesome Shadowrun artwork at esbrewerton.com. The background music in this episode is brought to you by Prism Shard. To hear more of his Shadowrun-inspired music, head on over to soundcloud.com/prism-shard and give him some love. The Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sounds, audio, video, and or any proprietary material used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to Complex Action to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its websites, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with Complex Action in any official capacity whatsoever.